Rise and shine. Happy Saturday morning to you. Welcome on in. My name is Tracy Campbell, and you are watching me on My Sweet Home Living. I hope that you are having a wonderful weekend, or the start of your weekend, or no matter where you're watching this from. I hope you're having a blessed day. Come on in. I've got some fun projects to show you today. If you love primitive, rustic, country-style decor, I'm your gal. So come on in. If you're new here, please let me know. I would love to welcome you into our community here. We love all things crafting and home decorating, and sometimes you even get a glimpse of things around the farm around here. You never know what you're going to see, but you'll have a good time and hopefully make some new friends while you're here. Good morning, Miss Dawn and Jennifer. Good morning, Miss Cheryl. I was wondering who would be here today. I know there's lots of things going on today, and it's spring. It's like the perfect day, perfect time of the year to be outdoors and doing things. So I'm so excited that you're spending a few of your minutes and time with me this morning or on the replay. Good morning, Miss Joy. Hey, Miss Tina and Robin. Good morning, Miss Melanie. You guys, I have a really simple project today, and I think it's going to turn out cute. We'll see, but you won't need very many items, and it's probably pretty beginner friendly, so not anything too complicated, I don't think anyway. We'll see. Good morning, Miss Debbie and Tanya. I'm so excited y'all are here. Good morning, Sharon. Well, our base for our project today, I didn't even know how to title it yet. I was thinking when I was titling my video, I thought, what am I going to call this? And I'm like, I don't know yet. Don't know yet. Good morning. Get your coffee, and you're going to craft and chat this morning. Come on in here. Hey, Miss Pam. Oh, happy to see you too, Miss Mary. Glad you're here. Good morning from Ohio, Cheryl and Robin. The sun is shining here in Northwest Kentucky. What's the weather like in your neck of the woods? Good morning, Miss Cindy. Y'all are just rolling on in here. I'm so excited. So I did send out a Telegram notification reminder this morning, 5 minutes before we started live. So if you're not on my Telegram channel, you can click the little link icon. I believe it's in the lower left-hand corner of your screen if you're watching this live on Facebook anyway. Or there you can find the Telegram link for my channel. Or you can type in the comments, ! Telegram. That's how you do it. ! Telegram. I had to think about it for a second. It was like my brain totally forgot. If you type that in the comments down below, it will respond back to you with the link where you can click and head over to my Telegram channel and join that so that you get reminders and notifications. I always like to send those because you never know if you're going to get them here in Facebook world. Good morning from the Sunshine State. Oh, so excited y'all are here. Hey, Miss Stephanie. Well, this is what we're using today. One of these anyway. I don't know which one we're going to use. We're going to turn this into, it's going to kind of be a collaboration effort. Inspired by lots of different little things. So I started out with one idea, I've transformed it into another idea, and then I saw something else that inspired me with another idea, and I thought, yep, I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to kind of marry all the ideas together and see how it turns out. Good morning, Miss Lisa. Good morning from Vermont, Cindy. So I thought, I know I want some type of bowl feature. Now these are things that you can grab today. You could grab one of these today and do this same exact project. This one is from my local Dollar General. It was literally $1. This one I grabbed at my Hobby Lobby yesterday. Now the tag says $1.49, but I think it was on sale. So, wow, you know, like, or you could find something like this at a yard sale or thrift store, like for pennies as well. But I think $1, I mean, you know, you could do whatever for $1. So I've been trying to kind of spin my wheels here to see which one I'm wanting to use. I would ask for your opinion, but I can't even describe what we're going to turn this into. So you'll just have to find out along with me today. How's that? We're going to use some wood beads. We're also going to be using a napkin ring. Now this is from Hobby Lobby as well. It was in the same little section where these little wooden salad bowls were. I think this is called a salad bowl. Let's see. It doesn't say. It just says it's made of poplar wood. It's food safe, hand wash only, not microwave safe. Market Square is the brand. If you'd like the product number of this, which you probably won't, but just in case, 237-8198. You can go to Hobby Lobby's website and search that one up. Now this one from Dollar General is called a wood melamine bowl. It's a 7x7. It's just 7-inch circle diameter. I don't know why they put 7x7. It's not 7 inches tall. I know. It's just 7 inches diameter. This one is a lot larger, so you can see this one fits in there. Okay. So that may determine something else I'm going to show you here in a minute. Probably will help you determine what size you're going to need. Now, I don't know about you, but we're just finishing up the Easter holiday. Some of you may have some faux eggs left over that maybe you haven't used. We're going to use these today as well. And then the star of the show is from my friend April at Curly Dimples Trading Company. I purchased this from her during our spring vintage and thrifted market day. And I showed you guys, I unboxed this on my midweek check-in last Wednesday. I showed you this little chicken. It is the cutest. Now, Miss April from Curly Dimples Trading Company, I do believe, I'm going to try to put this in the comments so that you guys can find her or message her oh gracious, y'all don't want a view of that ugly ceiling fan that I haven't replaced yet. Here we go. Let's type it. I think I have her page link. Yes. Okay, I'm going to put that in. She has some of the most adorable handmade primitive items that you're going to find. Okay. I just put that in the comments. I am going to pin it. Hopefully that shows up as pinned for you. Okay. I don't know if she can get more of these in, but the bottom line is you don't have to have this same chicken, but I do want to give her credit because she has inspired me in so many ways, with the things that she shows and has available. And, she's also inspired my next weekend's project. My first, patriotic Americana project of the year will be premiering next Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Central Time. And you guys, you will not want to miss this. I promise. It's going to be so good. She's inspired me, and she's given me her grace to kind of recreate a project that I have seen on her page in the past. And I'll show you what you're going to need if you're going to want to create one of those that I'm going to make next weekend. So you need to head to Hobby Lobby and get one of these sets of paper mache boxes. Okay, this is a set of 3. This is, now you may wait till Monday to go and get these because they may be on sale next week. I don't think these were on sale this week. Double check. But regular, they're $8.99 for a set of 3, which I don't think is terrible. And I needed them, so I had to go ahead and grab them because I'm going to go ahead and do sort of a little sneak peek with one of these. But there are 3 of them in here, and I think that's a pretty good deal. And you're going to want to recreate it next week. So grab you a set of these, and so you already have that in your stash, because next Saturday at 8 a.m. I'll be crafting with those. Your boxes arrived yesterday. Yay, Victoria! I will probably put together a few, I will probably, on my Telegram channel, this is what I'll do. On my Telegram channel, I'm going to make a little pile of all the supplies that I'll be using for that project, and I'll send you a screenshot of those, or a picture of the supplies. I don't even know if I have all my supplies yet. I think I'm close, but I'll send you a screenshot or a picture of those. I don't know why I keep saying screenshot. My brain is just not quite awake this morning. I'll send you over there what we're going to do, and so that you can kind of be prepared a little bit. I mean, you may want to watch me create one first before you do yours. Okay. Anyway, back to today's project. Paper mache doesn't go on sale. Oh, really, Brenda? Well, it may not at mine either. I just assume that everything goes on sale at Hobby Lobby at some point. But I'm probably wrong. Hey, Miss Bonnie. Good morning. How are you? Morning from Ohio, Beth. How are you? All right, so let's hop to it. You're also going to want a primitive style candle of some kind, and you're going to want some Excelsior. All right, let's get busy. Let's get busy. I have to decide which one of these I want to use. Now, I've kind of just grabbed here and there because I really didn't know what size I wanted, and whichever one I don't use, I'll use for another project. But my chicken is going to probably help me determine which bowl I'm going to use, because as you probably are guessing, this chicken is going to be nesting down in one of these bowls. So I'm trying to decide which one I think may be a better fit. I love the shape of this one. But I wish it was more like this size, more like a little bit smaller diameter. But I am going to fill it. I'm going to fill it. So, let me do some analyzing here. Yes, she does, Miss Dana. Miss April at Curly Dimple, she does have those battery operated candles as well. So you can get several things at once working with her. And just send her a message. She'll be happy to help you out. And tell her I sent you. Tell her I sent you. Okay, I think I've made my mind up. I think I'm going to go with this one. I may change my mind. And if I change my mind later, I can always fix the other one the way I want it to. We're going to use some black chalk paint. And we are going to give this a quick coat of some black chalk paint. And then, of course, we're going to add some layers to that primitive paint finish to get the look that we're going for. This chalk paint is really goopy. Really goopy. Do you all ever have chalk paint when you open it? It's goopy like that. I should have did not bring my coffee crunch to the table because I didn't think I was going to be using it today. I could have added that to my paint. That's okay. It goes on so good and gives you a good coverage. So we probably won't even, it's probably a good thing that it's thick is what I'm trying to say. All right, see how quick that's going to coat that bowl right up. Okay. I have a little bit of extra. I'm going to try to load my sponge up and carry it over to the back. Okay. And I'm okay if there's streaks because I'm going to kind of cover that up here in just about 2 seconds. Where did it go? I'm just going to set my paintbrush in there because I'm probably going to end up painting that bowl black too. I'm going to sprinkle it with cinnamon right now while that paint is still wet, okay? And then in a little bit, we'll kind of smooth it over and dust it in. I don't know what you want to call it. Rub it in. That's what we'll do. Now let's hit it with a little bit of heat. Get my cords. I don't want to knock over my hot glue. Okay. You know what I'm going to do while that is drying? I'm going to take 3 of these little wood beads, okay? Now you could use, you don't even have to use those. Ooh, my hair is everywhere this morning. I just kind of need to paint these up. Give them a little quick coat of black. Might be easier to do this after I glued them on. Uh-oh, hindsight 2020. I probably should have glued them and then paint. That would be way easier. These are going to go on the bottom of the bowl. Good morning, Miss Rachel. I'm going to tip y'all down just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. So you can see a little bit better on my surface there. And if you need to swipe the comments over, you can definitely do that. Okay. Now, that chalk paint does dry pretty quick, so while we're doing double duty here, we're multitasking. Although I'm not very good at painting these little wood rounds, these little wood beads with one hand, but actually working out okay. But I need a fan holder, a heat tool holder. That's what I need. So we can hold this up while I do something else. We're getting there, Miss Tina. Nothing, you're not seeing too much yet as far as detail goes. You'll see how we're going to put it together in a little bit. But you can swipe your comments. Let's see. There we go. There we go. This is just a bowl that we're giving a coat of black chalk paint. And dusted it with some cinnamon. Now we're going to flip it over and we're going to paint the bottom here in just a second. There's a couple little damp spots left. Let's see. Your hubby found you an old cast iron skillet that is no longer able to be saved. Oh! Let's see. So you're going to be working on your skillet pie. Oh, Victoria, I'm so excited for you. So excited for you. That will be fun. You'll have to post a picture. So listen, I do have a group. I've just opened it a few weeks ago, but I haven't even announced it or told you all about it. It's a primitive group, okay? If you would like to post your projects that you make, or maybe like some primitive decor in your home, or get ideas for primitive style crafting, it's all things primitive. DIY decor and crafts. But if you search Facebook for all things primitive, you will probably find it. And it has my name attached to it, so it'll hopefully help. It'll hopefully help you know that you're in the right group. But I have an all things vintage and thrifted group, and then we have the new group, all things primitive. So you might want to check that out. It's a newer group. There's not very many people in it yet, and so I'm excited about that group. I just love going and just browsing through primitive style photos and crafts and just getting ideas. And I know probably many of you are just like me, love doing the same thing. All right, so let's take the stickers off the bottom of this bowl. I should have thought ahead and copied and pasted the link for you. I have black paint on my shirt. No way. Please tell me I don't have black paint on my shirt. Do I? Where at? Where at? Are you talking about right here? This is my microphone. Hopefully that's what you're talking about. I don't see black paint. Oh, I do. I do. That's okay. We'll work on it. We'll get it out. That's okay. Awesome. Good. I thought there would be lots of you that would be interested in that group. So I did want to make sure I told you about that because, you know, I've had a few, well, not a few. I've had a lot of you message me, sending me your photos of things that you've recreated from the ideas that I've given you. And I love seeing those photos. But I'm not always checking my messages, for my business page. Sometimes they're just hard to get to for me. So that would be an easier way that you can post those photos and I'll get to see them. And then not only that, then all of our friends here will get to see them as well. And then some, you know, there's lots of people on Facebook that don't even know that I exist. So, you never know. They may find the group first and then discover me as well, or some of you that are crafters and decorate with primitive style things. So y'all have good eyes. If y'all could see that little dab of black paint, man, y'all got some good eyes. Or either that or you watched me do it. That's probably what happened. I don't even know how I did that. Probably when I leaned forward to tap the comments. Yes, I do too, Miss Cindy. I do too. And I just love, it's like, sort of like, think of a group as sort of like a magazine. You know, like magazines used to be more popular where we could just open them up. Hey, Miss Frances Downs, how are you, sweet friend? I hope you're doing well today. Love you, friend. Sending you a big hug. I miss your face. Magazines, back to what I was thinking about. Magazines used to be really popular back in the day. Now, some of you may still read magazines, but I feel like they're kind of becoming a thing of the past. Good morning, Miss Carolyn. What is the icon picture? there is, I cannot think. It's a group, so it doesn't have one of the little circle frames photos, but the group header picture is actually one of my photos. So if you kind of know my style, you may be able to recognize it. I cannot think of which picture it is actually. Trisha, you requested to join. Okay, awesome. Yeah, you'll just have requested to join, and I'll go through those and approve those to make sure that we're not getting any spammers in there. I had a public group. You all probably know that we started out with all things vintage and thrifted, and I just totally set that down there with it being wet. Although I did a light coat, it probably didn't stick. I'm talking and not thinking. Imagine that. Imagine that. Do y'all do that? Thinking about 20 different things in my head here, and my mouth is just not fast enough to keep up with my brain. I started the All Things Vintage and Thrifted group, and it got so big because it was a public group. It got so big, and we started having tons of spammers and just rude people that would just leave rude comments that weren't actually members of the group. You know, if it's a public group, anyone in Facebook land can come through there and find it and, you know, and do whatever. Even though I had restrictions on that group, you can only restrict so much, you know. There's only certain things that are available for me to do as far as setting limitations. And so it just got to be too much. It was requiring too much of my time. Felt like I was being a referee of negative comments all the time, and it was just too much. I don't have time for that. And so I closed that public vintage and thrifted group and opened up a private all things vintage and thrifted group. So if you like things that are vintage and thrifted, you may want to find the all things vintage and thrifted private group. Okay, it's free. There's no charge for it or anything like that. It's just a private group, meaning that you have to request to join it, and I have to approve you to let you in. So I kind of get to see your name, your profile, and make sure you answer the questions. Okay, that's how. I don't do anything with the info that you give me on those answers. It just helps me to determine if you're a spammer or not. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times if you're a spammer or a troll, you don't take the time to answer the questions. And not only that, you may be a different language. You know, your first language may be something else. And so I may be able to pick up that maybe you're not, you know, someone that maybe not genuinely interested in joining the group for the right reasons anyway. And so check that out. And I need to dry these a little bit more. Check those two groups out. Good, Rhonda. I can send you the links over in my Telegram channel later. I don't have them. I don't have them where I can pin it. Can you get? I know. I got black paint on my shirt. It'll come off. It's chalk paint. It's a little bit easier to get out than acrylic paint. So I think, and it doesn't look like it's mashed into the fibers. It's just barely on there. I can probably take a stiff brush and brush it off, hopefully. So anyway, we're going to take these little wood beads and we are going to place them on our bowl first. Let me just kind of position them where I think they may go, and then if we need to move them, we can. Excuse me. Let's see here. Whenever we're working with threes, it's always tricky for my eyes to determine placement here. And I guess if worse comes to worse, it's just hot glue. We can always take it off and reposition. Okay. This other little bowl, it had a little circle indentation or raised edge around the bottom. That would have been easier to help guide my placement, probably. But we'll see. Now, I probably will take, this is just the picky of me, I would probably take a small paintbrush and paint inside those little holes where these are actually wood beads instead of wood circles or spheres. But I don't want to see. I could even fill that in with a little bit of wood putty and then paint it over it. That would be better. Okay, now I do still have a couple spots of wet paint right here. Let me get that dry because I don't want to get more on there. You found it, Miss Pam? Awesome. Didn't see the join the group. Okay, I will send the links to you all in a little bit. Or if someone knows how to find the link to the group and share it here in the comments, that would be awesome as well. But I will definitely share it with you. Okay. Just a little bit of touch of a damp spot right up here. We need to make sure that it's completely dry because the next step is we're going to smooth that cinnamon out. Because we want this to look like a I'm not really going for a true rusty look. I'm going more for like a blackened, you know what I mean? Like, if any of you are familiar with primitive colonial style decoration, blackened beeswax is really popular with a lot of different things, and a lot of times they coat the blackened beeswax with cinnamon. Is that it? Oh, good. Thank you, Miss. Okay, Some Love Creations. I know your name and I cannot think of it. I'm so sorry, but thank you so much for posting that. And let me know what your name is again. Let me see if I can pin it. There we go. Pin it. Hopefully that works. This bowl came from Hobby Lobby. It was like $1.39 regular price. This was another similar bowl that I got at the dollar store, Dollar General, for $1. You can find one of these at a thrift store. Any type of small bowl. Nikki, okay, thank you so much. I appreciate you. We all appreciate you for sharing that link out so much. That helps us out. Now, all I'm going to do is take my finger and I'm going to rub that cinnamon sort of into the paint, and it's going to give you more of a dusted look, okay? And that's the look we want to go for, because when you first sprinkle that cinnamon onto that wet paint, it looks real blotchy, blobby, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean. You requested to join. Awesome. Oh, I'm so excited. Y'all are going to be some of our first founding members over there in that group. I'm excited about that. We have lots of primitive loving ladies over here, and I know that you all will love that group. It's just starting out, but it's a great place where you can post your photos, things that you've created, or maybe you want to get some questions or some ideas. You can go over there and look through the photos and get ideas just like you would like if you were looking through a magazine. Okay. Now, if you want to, it might be a little bit better if you take like a, let's use a paper towel. This has coffee grunge splatters dried on it. That's okay. And smooth that cinnamon out. Don't want those sprinkles to look so harsh. That's pretty cool. I love that already. Did you see what it started out as? Yes. Now, if you are not happy with the way it looks, all you could probably do is take your coffee grunge and wipe over it with some coffee grunge and sprinkle it with a little bit more dry cinnamon. But I love that. I love the way it looks. Okay. Let's move on to the next step here. Now this is going to come together really quick now. Really quick. Let me get my my dirty mess out of the way here. And we got cinnamon. I need to get me one of those little tabletop little vacuums. Have y'all seen those? That's what I need. I'll shake off my hand here. Okay. Now, I know I want to add Excelsior in here. Okay, now Excelsior is a wood, like a wood shaved like product. Oh, I'm so glad. Awesome. Y'all are going to be amazing. I'm so excited that everybody that's here is requesting to join over there, because I know we're going to have an amazing group over there with you all starting us out. I usually like to take that Excelsior and soak it in a little bit of coffee grunge mixture, okay? Because here's why. You know, I like things to not look so bright and crisp. This is what Excelsior looks like fresh out of the package. You see how bright it is? And then this is just dulled up a little bit and looks a little bit more worn. And it also smells amazing. It smells like coffee crunch. So excited. Yes, Miss Terry Jo, we have 348 on my end. That's awesome. Miss Pat, you had one of those little ladybug craft, those little tabletop bags. I've got to get me one. Okay, so we're going to put that in here. Okay, now hang with me. We've got to get, I know some of you got some eggs around somewhere, right? Now, I have some eggs that are like life size, if you will. Life size. But it's kind of not proportional for my chicken. And so I felt like I needed to go a little bit smaller. So that's why I'm going with these that are a little bit smaller, because I feel like these just look more proportional. Now I think there's a couple different sizes. There's some small ones and there's some large ones. So now don't worry, I'm not going to leave them like this, even though chickens do lay eggs in lots of different colors. But I'm going with 3 eggs. Now, here's the fun thing about this. If you have grandchildren, if you have children of your own, you may want to put the number of eggs for your children or your grandchildren, right? I've got 3 kids. I'm going to go with 3 eggs. I'm going to go with 3 eggs. And I need to get my little plastic mat back out here because I'm going to need this. I'm going to take some more chalk paint, and I'm going to paint these up like as a brown, like a, you know, just your average chicken color egg brown. Where did my other sponge brush go? Oh, here. Yeah, my eyes are playing tricks on me. This color is called Hazelnut, okay? So that's what I'm going to use on these eggs to brown them up. And then we will dust them with a little bit of cinnamon too. Come on. This might be, okay, it's there. It's just really thick. Okay. All right, we're going to use that. Now this probably isn't the exact brown color we need, but it's going to work. It will work. You can probably play with your paint colors and get a little bit closer match if you want. Oh, I should have brought me some like toothpicks or something to put to stick these eggs on so that I could paint them. I wasn't thinking. Okay, so we're not going for the masterpiece paint finish here. But you all may want to take your time and put these on a little toothpick or a little dowel rod, you know, a little wooden dowel, so that you can hold them without getting your fingers all in the paint. I'm showing you what not to do. Kind of like those what not to wear shows or something. What not to do with your crafts. And actually I'm just going to drop it right down there in that cinnamon that I've got left over on my plastic paper mat here. And these are almost the same color as my Excelsior. So I definitely probably will hit them with a little bit of a little bit of darker brown later. Or that cinnamon may do it for us too. We'll see. We will see. Let's get this off my fingers so that I don't get this anywhere else on me today, because I'm doing real good with getting paint on me today. Oh, rats. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to paint this little napkin ring a while ago. We may not even need it, but my idea was there with it to begin with, so I want to go ahead and at least paint it, because if I don't end up using it, I'll probably use it on this other little bowl, but we'll be able to see if we want it. We'll be able to see if we want it on there at least. And it'll be super quick to paint it. Okay. This is a wooden napkin ring that I grabbed at Hobby Lobby. Napkin rings, you can find them in lots of different places. Let me give that a quick dry. Let me roll my eggs around. We got about 50 things going on around here. Roll those eggs around in that cinnamon before the paint on them dries too much, or the cinnamon won't stick very good. Okay. Now we can dry. And I can see. Hey, Miss Tammy, how are you, sweet friend? She's our East Kentucky friend. Always has the most beautiful flowers and the prettiest garden, vegetables. Oh, she always shares some of the prettiest pictures. Some of you all may remember Miss Tammy from, oh my goodness, Miss Tammy. I had it and it left me as quick as it came. I always remember we used to say we sweetened the tea whenever we were on your page, and I cannot remember. I know it was Tea's Crafting, maybe? Crafting with Tea. It is Miss Joy. Oh, Miss Diane, my chickens are doing so good. I don't want to speak too proudly of them, but they really are. They really are. I've been so paranoid and so nervous that, I'm a member of one of these chicken groups on Facebook, and that's probably not a good thing because, I see people posting pictures in there all the time of, something that's wrong with their chickens, or, one of them's sick, or how to treat, this or that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, am I going to be able to do that if one of my chickens gets sick or have something wrong? But, so I'm always paranoid that something's, going to happen, and I'm not going to know how to handle it. But they are doing so good. They are growing like crazy. And it's so funny. They're out in their little run, which is kind of like a pen, I have not been brave enough to actually let them free range, because out here, looking out my window, out here we're surrounded by woods on all three sides. The only other side is the front. And we have things that roam around the front too, but I'm always afraid they're going to get picked up by something or attacked by something. I forgot to sprinkle it with cinnamon. I forgot. So I got to wet it down again. That's okay. 2 coats won't hurt it. They have grown so quick. I just can't get over how quick chickens grow. They are, let me think about this. They were born on Valentine's Day. So they are just a little over 2 months old. It's crazy. Oh my goodness, Robin. My sister's been trying to convince me to get some ducks too. And I'm like, girl, that's going to be you. You get the ducks, I'll have the chicks. She's like, but you have the coop and you have a lake. I'm like, you can get a kiddie pool for your ducks. She has a pool. I said, I'm sure some ducks would love your pool. But she's been wanting some chicks too. She's like, I don't know if I can convince my husband to be on board. Good morning, Miss Linda. How are ya? They're so fun. Okay. I still have a little wet spot right there. All right, that heat is hot. Heat is hot, hot, hot. All right. Now my eggs are still a little damp. I don't think it'll take them very long. So while they're drying the rest of the way, I am going to attach this little napkin ring to my bowl. You see where I'm going with this? It's going to look like a little, oh goodness, like a little chamber candle holder, if you will. Okay. I'm going to put that right on there, but first, let me dust it down a little bit. Dust that cinnamon down with this paper towel. Gives it that dusted look. We don't want the sprinkled look, we want the dusted look. Those of you that work with cinnamon know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's use some hot glue. I'm just going to put a little line of hot glue on there, and I'm going to hope that it's going to hold. I've never done this. I'm going to kind of pick a spot that doesn't have a whole lot of cinnamon on it, and that way hopefully it'll stick a little better. We're going to hold it there for a minute so that it's good and attached. Hello, how are you? Hey, Miss Brenda. Where do I get the candles? I have bought candles all over. I'll show you in just a minute. I've bought some from my friend Crystal at Little Village Primitives. You can go to LV Prims is her website, lvprims.com. She has some amazing primitive style things that most of you will probably go crazy over. She also has a Facebook page. You can follow her. She is usually one of our live sellers in our market day for vintage and thrifted. And then the most recent set of candles that I grabbed, I'm holding this in place for a few more minutes in case you're wondering what I'm doing, is from my friends Jamie at The Fruit of Her Hands. She is here in Kentucky. She's in Eastern Kentucky, but they have an amazing shop as well. Okay, real quick, let me show you something in case you decide to make one of these yourself. I can already feel a little bit. If you are using a napkin ring that's a little bit heavy, you want to probably make sure that you put that napkin ring on the side where you're going to have one of your little pedestals, okay? Because if you don't, it might get a little side heavy and want to tip on you. See like that's going to do right there? So, learn from my mistake there. Now, I'm going to put some things in the bowl that's going to weigh it down so you won't have to worry about it quite as much, okay? But keep that in mind. And it could just be that my table might be a little off as well. That's always a real possibility. Okay, so this one is from my friend Jamie at The Fruit of Her Hands. This is my newest infatuation, you guys. And you probably won't be able to see it because the light is so bright. But it actually, and if you're not holding it level, you won't be able to see it much. But the flame actually flickers. Is that not cool? Now from this angle, you can see it, maybe. You have to hold it level, and I'm holding it probably crooked. That's the newest one, and it comes in lots of different colors too. And then this one is one of my other favorites. I like the color on this one. I do believe these come in different colors, so I'm probably going to get me a darker set as well. I brought both of these to the table today because I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. You all can help me decide. Now, let's check these little eggs and see. I think they're still a little damp. We're going to kind of go ahead and... Oh, you know what? I don't need to put them in there super wet because they might get on my chicken. Let me just use this paper towel and kind of dry off the wet spots. I don't want to put heat on these eggs because I believe they are foam. And, you know, heat and foam don't quite mix very well. Do you love that candle, Sandy? Yes, I do too. I do too. So I can't wait to try a few more of those in a different color. I'm making sure these are really good and dry. Because if I get paint on my little black chicken here, it will show. Now, I don't know if y'all been following, or maybe if you've not missed anything, but I posted a little video of one of our favorite little chicks. And she's a barred rock. And she is black. And she's black with some white speckling on her. But I thought, how cool. This little chicken that I grabbed from Miss April, I don't remember if I knew. I don't think we had named Purdy yet. Purdy is the chicken that my kids love. And she's just the friendliest out of the whole crew. Although we do have some others that are getting more friendlier by the day. But I thought, this is so cute. This matches kind of Purdy. And she's going to be our little mascot, I think. So I know I'm going to put her down in here. And I want this to kind of come up around her. But I want to make sure she's not sitting down in there so far that I can't see her either. So I'm just going to kind of shape this out a little bit. Okay, I'm looking at it from my angle, and then I'm going to turn it around and show you. I want to nestle this in, but I also still want to have room. Okay, y'all are going to have to help me decide on the candle here in a minute, whether we do the black candle or the cream colored candle. And then I'm going to put the eggs kind of down here around her. And my poor eggs, they look awful. They'll need another coat of paint. Okay, there's my 3 little eggs for my 3 kids. And I think I'm going to tie, I think I'm going to give Miss Purdy a little tie around her neck. I usually don't do bows, but I feel like she needs something. And I think this will also kind of help bring up that natural color and help her kind of blend in. Okay, pardon me for just a minute because I got to turn her around. I got to turn her around so that I can see. We got to get her little tie on just right. And I'm going to tie it kind of small. So keep your eyes open for some chicken decor. You can use any kind of chicken. It doesn't have to be one like mine. I've seen some really cute little chicken things at the farm supply stores, which will all work just fine. So, you know, keep your eye open. Sometimes you can even find some on Marketplace. You know, a lot of times people will decorate with chickens as their theme and then change, and then they may be selling some of their chicken decor, so you may be able to grab some. Okay, I've added that around her neck. Isn't that cute? Okay, now I'm going to have to add a little candle holder underneath of this Excelsior. So let me take Purdy out for just a minute here. And I'm going to tuck this these are my little metal candle holder. Those same ladies that I've mentioned probably have these available, so you can ask them. I'm trying to think if I've seen them. You may search Amazon as well. You may be able to kind of make yourself one as well. I've seen some wooden ones. I think at Hobby Lobby, you could just paint it up black. Anything that you can do. You might even be able to just stick your little candle down in there in that nest of Excelsior, and it may hold it just fine. Just have to see what you got going there to see if it'll work for you. Boy, I'm glad we didn't go with a smaller bow now. Okay. Let me turn this around here. My candle is wanting to go sideways on this. I'm going to set my eggs up in front, on the side of her, rather. And I want to make sure this little nesting material shows up right there. Is that not cute? It turned out cuter than I even thought it would. I think, anyway. I do have, you know what else I have? I like to use Model Magic. It's kind of like a clay. Crayola makes it. Model Magic. And sometimes I'll form like some little shapes and then paint them. But how cute would that be to add a little heart to her? This would be a cute Mother's Day gift. Think about that. Yes, it would. It would be a cute Mother's Day. You could put Mom on there, or Mama Hen, or oh gosh, I don't know. I don't know if I want to glue it there, but I love the idea. What I might do is make it like a little token or a little pendant. I might punch a little hole in there and use a real thin piece of thread or something and attach that onto her little bow. That would be cute. This little matches her little comb as well. Put Mom on there. How cute. This could sit on a counter. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to tuck that little heart right in there for now. I might like it just like that. That is super sweet. I love it. And how you can put a Mother's Day spin on it. A Hobby Lobby bowl, it was less than $1. Okay. A napkin ring from Hobby Lobby, a wooden napkin ring. I think it was $3. But it goes on, I think they were on sale because I think they were part of the spring shop stuff, which is like 40% off right now. Let me see. It was $3.29 regular, and I think it was on sale. Now the napkin ring, the item number is 2360659. If you go to Hobby Lobby and search their website, you might be able to find it, but it's just a basic plain old napkin ring, and I just hot glued it on there with some little beaded feet, and there you go. There you go. Now this would be so cute sitting on a kitchen scale. That's my answer for everything. Everything would look so cute on a vintage kitchen scale. It would look cute anywhere. Tucked on a little table as a centerpiece. But I love it. I love it. Thank you, Miss Jacqueline. I'm so glad that y'all were here this morning. Listen, I'll be back next Saturday morning for sure at 8 a.m. Central Time for our first Americana, primitive style Americana project of the season. And if you're going to want to create what I'm going to show you next Saturday, so you need to go ahead and grab one of these paper mache box sets from Hobby Lobby. It comes with a pack of 3. Now they have 2 different versions of it. They have a larger set in this set. This one's a little bit smaller. The sizes of these boxes that are in here, there's a 7-inch, an 8-inch, and a 9.5-inch. There are 3 of them in here, and they're regular $8.99. So grab you a set of these. You're going to want to create what we're doing next weekend. Can't wait to show you that. Can't wait to show you. All right, you guys. I hope you have an amazing weekend, and I will see you again soon. Thanks so much for being here. Bye, guys.